Where's Joshi? She wanted to speak first.
But if you're in charge, you might want to.
Thank you, Arun. We're always happy to host AAC. Arun is seen here, so welcome everybody to DAG London. I see a lot of old faces, so some of you might know this already, but I'll speak briefly about the gallery. We used to be called Delhi Art Gallery, and we rebranded to DAG Modern about a year and a half back because as a gallery we focus on South Asian modern art, which is essentially defined as artists born before 1947. 1962 in Gujarat. They had one group exhibition in 1963, and after that they were never shown together again. We have a lot of big name artists like J. Swaminathan, Ghulam Muhammad Sheikh, and then a lot of artists that are not as well known in Indian art. So I know we have a long evening ahead of us in terms of the program. I'll let you all get on with it, but again, if you have any questions, please feel free to come find me. And if you'd like to get on our mailing list and find out about our future exhibitions and events, you can put our name down in our guest book in the front, and we'll make sure you're added to it. Right? Thank you.
You can start that. Nominated films about the amazing National Award filmmakers who are going to be here with us, and the nominated films for our award ceremony. So to start off, our opening night is April 30th at 5 o'clock at the Village East Cinemas. We open with Lipstick Under My Burqa, which there's a poster right there, and we have one of the stars, Ahana, somewhere back here with us, Ahana Kumra, back there, and she will get up in a little bit and talk to all of you. But it is an amazing film. It's a film about women. It's been banned in India because for whatever reason, women still don't have the freedom. Well, it's all over the world. It's actually not just India. Women don't have the freedom that they should have, and this business of equality just doesn't get there. And most people, especially the chauvinists in small town India, just don't, it doesn't even occur to them. And these women are not only talking about just getting a job like a man. Most of them, poor things, are actually the breadwinners. But it's people who have desires and have to suppress them because it's unnatural for a woman to have desires. Anyway, if any of you have not seen the film, please come and see it, and please let the world know about this fabulous film, because this is the only screening over here. After that, the rest of the festival is also at the Mobile Bollywood. That is something we've been doing with NYU for quite a while, actually, for quite a few years. Karl Bardosh is one of the NYU professors in cinema, and his students do 1-minute cine films, which we show, and they also receive awards. Our closing night film, our closing night venue is actually different from the opening night. It's at Baruch College, followed by a gala party at Gramercy Theatre. And that's going to be an amazing night, because this is just as opening night film has a message. It really has a message. Sit up and pay attention to the women and what they really. Bombay, we're looking for a place to play soccer. And it's really a lovely, sweet film. Both for opening and closing, we have the director and some of the cast with us, and Asim will conduct post-screening discussions with them on stage. The rest of the films during the festival, we have post-screening discussions, because the director, our focus is always the director. If we can have lead characters also come, lead actors, that's great, but our focus is the director. So that's the person we always invite. So most of the films will have directors, and we will have moderators and post-screening discussions after that. I think that's about rounds of what the festival is about. Asim, do you want to talk about the films themselves and then introduce the filmmakers who are here?
Sure. Thank you, Arun. I'm sorry I was sitting down because younger, more beautiful people should stand first. So I can't possibly talk about every film because we have 35 features and we have about 50 shorts. So we have a total of 85 films. You will not find an Indian South Asian film festival of this scope anywhere in the world. We claim to be the largest. It's a Marathi language film, Saturday, May 6th. So let me reiterate again. We had already picked the film, selected the film, and then it was given the national award. So we're showing Kasav. Another Marathi film, Ventilator, which Arun mentioned, which was, it's been produced by Priyanka Chopra. The director won the Best Director Award. It also won the Best Editing and Best Recording for the final mixed track. The Gujarati film, Side Raju, which is a really fun thriller film. It won the Best Gujarati Film Award. We're showing a lovely short called Abba. It's set in Arunachal Pradesh in the northeast of India. It's a lovely film. It won a major award in Berlin. It just won the Best Short Award at the National Awards. That's playing on Friday. It's all on the schedule. Just read through it. Two beautiful young actors from a Bengali film called Colors of Innocence won the Best Child Actor Award. And one of my favorite, all the films that I'm showing are our favorite, of course, but one of my favorite films, which I was from the very beginning wanting to get it, and we are very glad we got it. It's called Mukti Bhavan, Hotel Salvation. We're showing that on Saturday, May 6th. Adil Hussain, who many of you know is one of the leading indie actors, won a special jury mention in the National Award. The film also got a special jury mention at the National Award. So that's one thing I want to tell you about. Arun talked to you about the opening, closing and all. But I want to tell you something that just happened which is a terrific thriller. I think you saw the trailer. Ventilator has a father-son thing. When Arun saw Ventilator, she said, "See, that fits in your father-son theme." I said, "Okay, then I must watch it." Sri Lancer. It's again a very sort of a indie sort of a comedy. A Billion Colors Story. Azad. Mukti Bhavan I talked about, and a film called An Argumentative Indian. It's a documentary we are showing called An Argumentative Indian. It's about Amartya Sen, who many of you know won the Nobel Prize for economics a few years ago. But the father-son element comes in it because Amartya Sen, one of his students is a very well-known economist called Kaushik Basu, who was the advisor to the Indian government, worked at the World Bank, and now works at Cornell. And Kaushik was the advisor to the filmmaker. His name is Suman Ghosh, who teaches economics in Miami and also makes films. So there is a sort of a mentee, father-son theme that runs through that. I personally think if I had not seen these films, I would be dying to see every film. So you guys have to see every film. We're showing 4 films back to back. You've got to see them all. I don't know how you do it. But it's really, if you look at the programming we've done, our centerpiece, which I think Arun may have mentioned, but
I didn't actually. You can
it's a terrific documentary called, we've never shown a documentary as a centerpiece. It's a terrific documentary called An Insignificant Man. Many of you know again about the rise of Arvind Kejriwal and sort of rise and fall, or whatever you want to call about Arvind Kejriwal. He's the Chief Minister of Delhi and heads the Aam Aadmi Party. So while it is a story about Arvind Kejriwal, and the film, even if you know the story of Arvind Kejriwal, it still works as almost a thriller. But it's like, what is going to happen next? And while you know what's going to happen next, what's fascinating about the film is it's about grassroots politics in India. That how out of nowhere, so it's not, we're a not-for-profit organization, so we're not supporting Arvind Kejriwal or any political party, but it's about how out of nowhere a politician emerges. Whether you like him or not, that's another issue, but he did very well in polls, and that's what the whole point is. And we're very proud of that, and the 2 filmmakers, the young filmmakers, they're going to be here for that film also. So it's a terrific lineup.
Other documentaries.
Yeah, we've got some excellent documentaries. By the way, on May 2nd, Arun was talking about special events. May 2nd is Satyajit Ray's birthday. I don't know what year it's going to be. And we're doing the world premiere of a documentary called Feluda, the 50 years of Ray's detective. So Satyajit Ray, in addition to doing these very deep, terribly tragic films from Pathir Panchali, Apu Trilogy, and a range of films, he also was making this, writing books for kids about a detective character, Feluda, who Mr. Bengali would know, of course. and no, but also it was something that all Bengali kids grew up, and then over the years there were films, Ray made films, there were television shows. So it's a very well researched film about the detective and how it impacted the lives of Indian kids, from different time periods.
And Sandeep followed.
Say again?
Sandeep followed his father's footsteps.
Yeah, so Sandeep is in the film also. Shumitra Chatterjee, who acted in Feluda in Joy Baba Felunath, and was the other heroic Raja Deshe. He's there, and many other amazing people. You said something else.
Rakhmabai, Purna, they're all...
Yeah, so, and then we have some films that are based on real life stories. Rahul Bose, who all of you know is an indie actor, has directed his second film. It's a film called Purna. It's a story that I did not know. Like it was only like about less than 10 years ago. A 13-year-old Indian girl from Telangana, which is Andhra Pradesh, climbed the Mount Everest. So it's about a 13-year-old girl and her passion. And if you know the geography of India, there are no mountains in Andhra Pradesh. There are no Himalayas there. And it's a remarkable story. The film just opened in India about 2-3 weeks ago. It's got really good reviews. So it's a lovely true story. We're showing a film called Dr. Ratmabai, was the first woman doctor in India during the British time. So that's really terrific. Other women-centric films, of course, Lipstick Under My Burqa is there. There's a film called With This Ring about female boxers in India. So yeah, it's a terrific program.
Introduce the
if I can say so.
Introduce the filmmakers.
Yeah, so the filmmakers, now I don't know who are, Ahana, where are you standing?
Ask them to stand up.
So, Ahana, do you want to come and talk? Do you want to just tell us about your film? Come on.
Yeah, sure.
So, as you will see on the opening and Lipstick Under My Burqa, she's one of the, it's a story about 4 women in this small town, Bhopal, and about their desires, and she was just absolutely lovely in the film.
Thank you, Sandeep. I'm glad you liked
No, I love the film.
The film's fabulous.
I saw the film in November of 2015 at the Goa Film Bazaar. It was work in progress.
Bazaar. Okay.
Yeah, and I've been after the film since then. So, by the time I started making the rounds of the festivals, but her character is really fun, and by the way, the gosh, what's the actor who plays your...
Vikrant. In fact, he's the festival, and it was such a small film, and we didn't know what the journey is going to be when the film was even offered to any of us, or when I'm assuming when even Alankrita wrote it, I don't think none of us had even fathomed the thought that, it's going to be where it's actually traveled. And, the good thing about the film is that it's become a global film, and it's not a film only, India specific. I remember the film opened in Tokyo, and I have to share this story because this always happens, it just keeps coming to my mind. I met Alankrita after the film was shot, like almost 2 years. Alankrita literally went like absconding. We had no idea where she was. We didn't know what was happening with the film. I was like, okay, this is another film gone down the drain, it's going to go into the cans, it's never going to see the light of day, or maybe it's just going to have like a small release, at some point. And Alankrita just met me, and she met me for coffee, and she was like, Ahana, do you want to come to Tokyo? And I was like, oh, hello, you're not asking me to come to Pune, It's Tokyo. And, why do you want me to come to Tokyo? So she was like, the film is premiering at the same time in Tokyo and in Bombay. And Coco and Ratna will be in Bombay, but I need you and Pravita to come with me to Tokyo because I cannot walk the red carpet alone. I need you both to support me. And at that point of time, I was like, hey, listen, you know what, I don't know, can you just give me like a day to think about it? I went home, and the good thing that Alankrita left me with the thought was, Hana, if we don't start this, we will not set the ball rolling. And I think that was such a great kickoff because when the premiere happened in Tokyo, and we had not seen the film, Alankrita did not bother showing it to us in Bombay, and I was like, wow, ye to bada mehenga ticket pad gaya. Like we had to go all the way to Tokyo and we watched the film there, and you won't believe the kind of response we got from the Japanese women. They were like, a film like this from India, can you guys even talk about sex? Because we can't. And suddenly, for us, this film became a global issue. I was like, oh, so this is not the only thing that Indian women face. This is a problem that women world over face. And I think that's why the film is being picked up from one festival to another, because all the women all across the globe, I think in America as well, and right now,
yes,
rightly so, are feeling the same kind of pressure. We do not have equal rights. We cannot speak about sexual desires openly. We just cannot speak about our desires openly. It's all right for a woman to go to office, work 9 to 5, you know, come back home, get a salary, feed her kids, but she cannot talk about, you know, an orgasm. Or how would she feel about a sexual need? And you know, it's so easy in India for women to be objectified. If you see any Hindi film, you know, there are item songs, you put cameras in between women's thighs, into their cleavage, like everywhere. Unless like an item girl is not doing like an item song, that film doesn't become like a massive hit in India. But when women talk about their sexual desires openly, suddenly it becomes a taboo, and that's why the film has been banned. And I think that's, you know, that's the sad part.
Because, and the regressive censor board, sorry cutting you.
And that's called lady-oriented.
They call it a lady-oriented film.
It is so funny because, you know, we have a WhatsApp group, and you know, all of us girls are on that group. Like our editor is a woman, Alankrita, me, Plavita, like a couple of us like on that group. And the minute you know, the censor certificate came out, they said the film is lady-oriented. We thought she was pulling a joke. I was like, what does this even mean? Are you sure like this is the certificate? And she was like, yeah, we've been deemed as lady-oriented. So I said, so what's wrong? We are lady-oriented. It's okay to be lady-oriented, you know. And I think
it's a good thing they said lady.
Yeah, I'm very happy that they did. So we are lady and we are lady-oriented. We're very happy to be deemed as lady-oriented film, you know. And I think if this was a little slap on our government's face, because the film has suddenly picked up in every festival. It's almost the opening film at every festival. It's picked up 7 international awards till now, and
LA Times are a terrific
and
story.
also LA, it premiered in LA, and now we're eligible to apply for the Golden Globes.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
So if the film releases in India, then we can apply to the Golden Globes. So yeah, that's the challenge.
So please spread the word.
Yes, please watch it.
It's a
really
very
wonderful
special film. You will not get to see it otherwise. Okay. And remember, people in India can't see it, at least now. And we're privileged to show it in New York. So thank you.
Thank you so
No,
much.
but if you could stand there, and if we can invite any other filmmakers in the room to please
Mahir?
come up. Mahir, anyone else? Wasn't Maureen supposed to be here?
I don't know. She lives in Brooklyn.
Any other filmmakers here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, we've got 2 of them.
All right. So
Mahir can tell us a little bit about his film.
Hi, I'm Mahir. I'm screening my short film Almost at the short section in the Fathers and Caretakers and Other Bonds. Almost was a deeply personal film for me. You know, I think the only reason that people go in the arts, or at least I went in the arts, is, I mean, I didn't go because my life to this giant like oh, look at the poor, you know, mentally ill people. I can't tell you how many movies and TV shows I've seen where it's about the alcoholic or the drug addict or the schizophrenic who's a great person if only, you know, he'd just get better, you know? And in the end of the story, they kind of get better, but that's what it ends. And for me, I wanted to start it there. I wanted to show reparation, families coming together, wounds trying to heal, trust trying to be rebuilt, and the humanness within all of us that exists within that. So that's kind of what Almost is about. It's 9:15 p.m. on Monday, May 2nd.
And by the way, the film Turtle, the Marathi film which won the National Award for the best film, Kasav, it also deals with the issue of mental health and mental illness.
And the father-son thing, Mahir's father, Feroz Khan, will be here, especially flying in to see his son.
And we've opened our festival with
and we've once opened our festival with twice with Feroz's films.
So, well, thank you.
Well, thank you. We've got a little, please. We've got a couple more things to tell you, and I'm going to give this to you, Asim, and if you just stick around for 2 minutes.
Sure.
Just so that all of you know that we have an award ceremony at the closing night, and this award ceremony is very serious. I mean, we're small, but it's in the same vein as the Oscars.
Although we will not make the mistake that Oscars made.
No, we won't. And we haven't yet.
And we will not.
Yeah, it's we start from, you know, we give awards for best short film, documentary, screenplay, actor, actress, director, the works, best film. However, we have a jury, an independent jury. The nominated films are sent to the jury. The jury makes their picks. KPMG monitors and mentors this. The results go to KPMG and they come to our award ceremony with their envelopes. So I do need everyone to know, we got a call, well, each of us at different times got calls from people saying, oh, who's going to win this? You're the director, you should know. We don't know. We don't know anything. It's the jury who picks. They send it to KPMG, and even they don't know because they're sending their decisions, each jury member independently. They don't know how it will be tabulated and what will come. Do we have any of our jury here today? No, but we've got a fabulous jury, and those names are online as well as in our brochure. When the festival starts, you'll all get brochures and it'll be in that, or you can check online or connect with any of us. Also, maybe you want to tell them about just who's nominated?
So they should I read out all the names?
Maybe just read it out.
So for the nominations, hi. I just want to break in here. I'm Jonathan Hollander, and I'm one of the founders of the IAAC, and I just want to say, sitting here, I have shivers listening to this incredible lineup. I know what Arun has done.
No, and then we have a terrific group of volunteers. We're going to thank them all. And without two people who I talked to Arun at like 1 a.m. in the morning, but there are two other people I talked to at 1 a.m. in the morning. Ramneek, where is Ramneek? Ramneek and Vasanti Meerchandani. Without those two, it would be very hard to run this festival, really.
And actually, the four of us do a lot of chatting at all hours, but the rest of our volunteers are so important, so key, because all of them jump in, they're thrown into the deep end, they're given jobs, and they have to come through. We're recognizing you, Ramneek.
And the other volunteers, so come on, guys.
And all our production is done by Monty and Abhi, who are somewhere. And the print traffic is a nightmare. And Anish looks after all of that. So all of them are just wonderful.
And one picture of all names.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Volunteers, come up. Come. Mahir happens to be both. Where's Abhi, Monty, Basanti?
Vasanti ji.
Basanti, she'll go and hide behind something.
And Ahana, will you come up?
And Venki. And all kinds of people are missing, but what can we do? Jitin, get in there.
You can come in.
Okay, just hold it, just turn it so it's.
I hold both of them?
No, just you hold it for her.
I'm gonna hold it for you. Yeah.
You don't know.
Celebrity. I'm not a celebrity, bro. You want to come a little bit more inside?
Okay. 30 seconds. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the viewers of NRI Achievers in Hollywood, Bollywood, we are at the New York Indian Film Festival. I couldn't say it's the opening night, but this is night for the press. And I have the beautiful Ahana with me, who stars in Lipstick Under a Burqa. जी हाँ दोस्तों, नाम बहुत अलग है लेकिन picture unique है. So Ahana, welcome.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad. I hope you like the intro.
Yeah, thank you. That was a good intro.
तो ये नाम किसने सोच के रखा था, Lipstick Under a Burqa?
नाम एक्चुअली हमारा इंटरनेशनल टाइटल था बिकॉज वी हैड ऑलवेज थॉट दैट हम लोग इस फिल्म को इंटरनेशनली फेस्टिवल में भेजेंगे एंड हमारा हिंदी टाइटल था लिपस्टिक वाले सपने बट आई थिंक बिकॉज द नेम बिकेम सो ट्रेंडी हम लोग ने डिसाइड किया दैट वी शुड जस्ट गो विद लिपस्टिक ऑन अवर एंड आई जस्ट थिंक इट्स रेजोनेटेड world over and it's become like a global name.
It has, and you know, we have a very, very huge. Okay, let's do it again. You want me to? Okay. Audio is good. Audio is good.
I'm just checking the sound.
Does it sound good? It has Ahana, and we have a lot of millions of viewers.
Just turn when you talk. Turn towards you because it doesn't pick up the
Is it not
sound.
picking up because of the background?
It only makes the sound here.
Do you want to go and you?
No, it's good. It's good. Just keep doing this stuff.
I'll try to get it closer. So, you know, we have over 1 million viewers, and a lot of them are NRIs, you know, people who live in Europe, the US, or of South Asian descent. So, let's take a unique couple of points about this movie. How did it start? You know, what was your inspiration? Some challenges and the future of this movie.
The future.
No one can say.
I think the future is bright because now we've become eligible to apply for the Golden Globes, and I think it's a very big step for a very small independent film from India that has no background, absolutely nothing but, you know, just love and affection from people who are watching it world over. And from where film began, yes, the whole idea that Alankita had was she just wanted to write stories about 4 women, and she shared this in a lot of her interviews. I think when she was growing up, she always felt stifled.
Okay.
People are like, you're in India. India's become really, at least Bombay and Delhi, I can speak about. These are cities where you can do things openly.
Absolutely, I agree.
Not like in a city like Bhopal, I'm from Lucknow. So I used to, I remember when I was in school, I had to go back home at 5 o'clock, and unless I was, like with somebody, I could not be like going out of the house. So that was really like a challenge behind this film. And what is it that women in small towns, how do they feel about their own, about their independence and about, if they have a desire, can they express it?
It's all about expression. That's very, very limited.
It is, and you go and see, like, I thought it was only like small city specific, but no, it's not. It's really big country specific.
So we're talking about expression. Sorry.
Just wrap it up. Wrap it
Yeah,
up.
I was just going to like, that's wrap it up.
That means wrap it up.
No. Let's get a little more. There are a couple of more questions.
We have more things to do. We have more people to interview.
She's important. Very, very important. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
So, very, very important question that I have for you. So, what is the message that you would want to give to all the viewers across the world, to women in India especially?
Women in India really want to watch this film, and I think women all over the globe want to watch this film because we get messages on our social media handles almost on a regular basis. When is the film releasing? Why is the film not releasing? Why is the censor board doing this? So I think it's our censor board that needs to really get out of that patriarchal mindset and be allowing films like this to be produced in India, because what art should make people uncomfortable.
Correct.
And this is art. And unless we do not make people uncomfortable, you do not question your work. And unless you don't question, you'll never be able to go forward, because you'll never do anything, which is more courageous and which is more challenging. So I think this has challenged our audiences, it's challenged their thoughts, it's made them question. And I think that's great because it's going to start a dialogue.
But my question, that's my personal question, why burqa and why not lipstick under a sari?
It could be like, then why choli ke piche? It could be like anything else,
Lipstick under a choli.
It just resonated with us.
Are there any bans on the movie? Any controversy?
Like Muslim bans? No, so the CBSE did not know like how to put this whole thing. They didn't know how to go about it. They were like, oh yeah, now the Muslims have an issue with it.
They would.
There's nothing Muslim about it.
It's a woman thing.
There are 2 women in the film, and there's nothing about sentiments that are being heard. It's about desires and how they want to express it.
All the viewers of Hollywood and Bollywood and NRI viewers, Lipstick Under a Burqa is a very challenging topic, a great movie that you can watch. एक मूवी जो एक आम औरत जो इंडिया में रहती है उसकी कहानी बताती है. We wish you all the very best, and we hope that this movie would go places. Appreciate it. You want to just give us a bite? If you don't mind? Just to be with ITV TV Asia, the channel.
20 seconds.
So this is the press release, right? This is the...
Well, we've already had 2 press releases, but this is like a little kickoff to introduce our schedule.
Schedule, correct.
To the press.
5 seconds.
Right?
5, 4, 3, 2, cue it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all the viewers of NRI Achievers and Hollywood, Bollywood, we are at the kickoff launch at the New York Indian Film Festival, and I'm with the one and only Arun Shiv Desani, who is the founder and runs the New York Indian Film Festival. Arun, such a pleasure having you, and we all are very excited because your event is one of the most sought out events in the Indian calendar and the US calendar. So what is in store for this year?
Oh, it's so exciting, really exciting. I told many of you about this a little while ago, but our lineup this year, I think every year we get better. And also the films themselves get so much better. And this year we got our opening night film is about women, their desires, their subjugation, and they're wanting to come out of it and say, hey, this is who we are, recognize us. It's such an important film. All independent film is generally about social conscience, about the reality of the countries that are being shown, that are being propagated. And this is no different. All our films talk about real issues. This one, opening night is Lipstick Under My Burqa, is any one of us.
Right.
Could be.
Could be anybody.
Exactly. Our closing night film is a very upbeat film. It's about a bunch of young people in Mumbai trying to find a place to play soccer, but even in that, it's an older man who the ball hits accidentally, and instead of just telling him to get out, these boys all practically adopt him and take him to the beach with them. So he's an old man who wants, so age comes into that. Through the festival, we've got a lot of special events also. We have Deepa Mehta and Dilip Mehta, two fabulous filmmakers who have a social conscience, talking about the kind of films they make and showing their
And
films.
they talk about Sunny Leone.
They talk well, Dilip talks about Sunny Leone in Mostly Sunny, and Deepa talks about, in Anatomy of Violence, it's about the minds of those wretched men who perpetrated that rape in Nirbhaya.
I see.
So it's what these, and she's in her workshop. She's trying to show that violence is it's something that's inbred in them. It's not their fault always, because they don't have anything. They are never exposed to dual women-men life. It's always, you're just men, and then they just have all these fantasies of women. When they meet a woman, they don't, because they're ignorant, they're uneducated, they don't know anything. So it's a violent film, but it's a minds, it's a workshop.
It's a violent film, but it has a message in the end.
A very definite message.
Correct.
Very definite message. All these films have messages, and they have messages about the reality. Different realities, but about the reality. Then we've got a workshop for filmmakers.
Oh, very nice.
We've got industry panels for filmmakers talking about financial aspect of film, about distribution, we've got the governor's office and the mayor's office
supporting it,
talking to
correct.
us about shooting a film and how to shoot a film in New York City or New York State, the pros and cons of that. We've got a young man who's an award winner, English Kulkarni, who talks about shoot a short, how to shoot a short film and teaching filmmakers about that. And then of course we've got films in every genre, in every language with English subtitles.
Now, Arun, I have a question for you, and I'm sure it's going to be a very valid question. I've been following your festival for the last 7 years. It's remarkable, impeccable. Yours is the only platform that gives movies which are very sensible. I'm not saying that commercial movies aren't sensible, but your movies that are showcased at your festival have a lot of sense to it, intelligence, great actors, great cast, but not big names. So, what is your biggest challenge in drawing people to the festival?
You're right, it's a challenge. At one stage it was, people just thought if there is a big name, they would come.
Correct.
Otherwise, who cares? Now we've been very lucky. The films we've shown have developed a reputation.
Right.
They are good films, the filmmakers who make them have won national awards.
Agreed.
Or they have been recognized across the board by bigger filmmakers.
Like Rahul Bose, for
Rahul
example.
Bose, Anurag Kashyap, Konkana Sen Sharma, Shabana, people like that have acted in the independent field. But we've also been lucky because we've got supporters. We've got people like Salman Rushdie, Meera Nair, Shashi Tharoor, Shabana Azmi, Vishal Bhardwaj, Shyam Benegal. These are my friends, and they come and they support us. People come to meet them, they see all these other young people, and they support the young people and they help us support them. So I'm very lucky.
Now, our channel is all about young people, and we have close to 1 million viewers. Something that you could say in a nutshell that could sum up a beautiful conversation. One, why should you come and watch the New York Film Festival? And second, in this beautiful week, any good names that they would expect and anything that they would learn?
I think if people, the two people who are not coming to our festival, especially these young people.
The commercial
who should
minded,
come.
correct.
They are, no, I think that people, the young people, if they're the second generation Indians,
Right.
will connect with their homeland because they actually know about the reality of what's happening, not just what Bollywood tells them. Bollywood
fictional.
is great,
It's fictional.
but it's fiction. It's big budget dance song.
Entertainment,
but
that's
the
all.
real true stories in every field are told by our festival. So if you want to know what's really happening across the board in the different states, in the different languages, and they're all English subtitles. So if you speak Tamil and I speak Punjabi,
You could watch
and
the
we're
movie
friends,
together.
we can both watch because they've got English subtitles. You go to a French movie, you go to a German movie, they've got English subtitles. Why not come to an Indian movie and watch the subtitles? And then, as usual, we always have a few names. We've got Vishal Bhadraj, Feroz Khan, Salman Rushdie, Meera Nair, they're all coming. Deepa Mehta,
Konkana, Rahul.
Konkana Sharma, Rahul Bose, they're all coming. Because we've got films that they have done and they have chosen to give it to us because of the integrity of our festival.
Sunny Leone?
Yes.
She's gonna be there?
Well, no, she's not.
She
coming.
won't be there.
She was a little cross.
Right, we got it. We get
Yeah.
it. So, ladies and gentlemen, all the viewers of NRI Achievers, New York Indian Festival kicks off. I'm sorry.
On April 30th.
On April 30th. And if you want more information, the website is www.iaac.us, and there's another website for the New York Indian Film Festival.
If you go here, it will take you there.
So-
and it's April 30th to May 7th at
the West
Village East Cinemas.
Can you say that again?
Of course, April 7th.
No.
No,
No,
I got it
April
wrong.
30th,
Once
right.
again, April 30th to May 7th at the Village East Cinemas. That's on 2nd Avenue and 12th Street. And our website is www.iaac.us. Come
Ladies and
watch.
gentlemen, you can't miss this festival. Keep watching. We'll have more active in store. Thank you. Thank you, Arun.
Thank
Such a
you very
pleasure.
much.
HESH, Sarmalkar.
30 seconds.
Hesh Sarmalkar. Sir Malkar.
Sir Malkar. Ashish Salmarkar.
No, Hesh.
Hesh Salmarkar.
15 seconds.
Sir Malkar.
Sir Malkar.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cue the count.
Hello to all the viewers of NRI Achievers and Hollywood Bollywood. This is your host Monty, and we are at the kickoff event of the New York Indian Film Festival. I have the pleasure of meeting Mr. Hesh Salmarkar, who has 2 short films in this festival. We'll speak to him more about his experience in making those films and how does he feel being at the festival. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. This is Hesh Sarmalkar, and I have 2 short films. One is Flight of Hope, and the other one is Bubbles. Flight of Hope is directed by Vinay Pujara, and I'm also one of the co-producers. And Bubbles is by Harshad Nalavde, I'm also a co-producer on that. And Flight of Hope is shot all in New York City. Bubbles has been shot in Mumbai. And Bubbles actually is my first Marathi short film. And so I'm very proud of the fact that I was able to shoot that film in Mumbai.
Now let's talk about the Flight of Hope, right?
Sure.
Your movie is shot all the way in New York City. Any challenges? How did you come up with the script, and what do you look for in terms of the future of the film? What is the duration, first of all?
The duration of the film is 12 minutes, and the Flight of Hope is actually written and directed by Vinay Pujara, so all credit goes to him.
A little bit about Vinay. What is
Vinay is a wonderful upcoming director who's actually, this is my 4th film with him, and actually I had another film, India Calling, which was last year at the festival also.
You're right, India
And,
Calling.
India Calling.
I saw that.
And we have made actually quite a 7 festival rounds at Barcelona, Delhi, Mumbai, Italy. Flight of Hope, I'm very proud of the fact that has been actually approached by Rai Television in Italy, and it will be purchased by them.
But that's in English, right? Flight of Hope.
Actually, it's a silent film.
Oh, wonderful.
And it's a story of a hunchback bottle picker who goes around picking bottles
In New York.
in New York City. And we shot that in Central Park and Fifth Avenue. And
How long did you shoot that for?
It was actually a whole day shoot. It was
Just
about
one day?
a 17-hour shoot, actually, straight at a stretch. And it's a story of a bottle picker who wants to give a good life to his young daughter. So it's a very touching story, and it is about the fact that there is the have-nots in the city that are overlooked, and basically we always tend to walk past these people, but they are in Manhattan, and this is a city of affluence, and people only sometimes see that.
They completely ignore.
Exactly. So I think it's very important that Vinay had to basically do this. So
Very good concept. Quickly jumping onto Bubbles.
Bubbles is actually all shot in Mumbai, and it's a story of, it's about multiple theories that Everett actually had. And it's a story, I play the husband, I have a wife and a kid, and it's three different stories of the same person, and the three different outcomes. Had it been this, what would be the outcome?
Very nice.
So the three different
Very
psyches,
different
three different psyches of the same person, and the three different outcomes of the same.
It is something very similar to the end of La La Land. If you actually watch La La Land, that what would have happened if this would have happened.
Absolutely, but this is like three different of the same person. So it's very, I would say that this is
Very unique.
Yeah, very unique, and so very proud of it. And this is on May 5th, 9:15 p.m. under the Shorts D program, Life, Death, and Tragedy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all the viewers of NRI Achievers Hollywood and Bollywood, this is getting interesting and more interesting. We met Hesh, knew about 2 more films, spoke to a couple of other filmmakers. Keep watching, this is getting fun, and you cannot miss this film festival.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hesh.
Thanks.
Pleasure, man.
Pleasure, Monty.
All the best, brother.
Thank you
All
so
the best.
much.
I'm fine.
Make him comfortable.
Yeah.
No, I was having a leg problem slightly, so.
No, because I saw you standing.
30 seconds. What is that?
Azim bhai, what is your exact designation for
I'm the festival director.
the festival director?
15 seconds.
Number 2. Okay.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, you the talent.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You're watching NRI Achievers, and as I said, we will be meeting with a lot of interesting people here at the New York Indian Film Festival 2017. Pleasure of having Mr. Azim Khan.
Asim Chhabra.
Oh, sorry, Azim Chhabra. Sorry, sir. So let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
All right?
30
Technically, I
seconds.
was born a Hindu, not that it matters.
15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You the talent.
Hello to all the viewers of NRI Achievers and Hollywood Bollywood Digest. This is your host Monty, and we are at the New York Indian Film Festival 2017, and a pleasure to be with the Hollywood, with the festival director of the New York Indian Film Festival, Mr. Azim Chhabra. Azim sir, kaise hain aap?
मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ जी. Thank you very much for coming.
First of all, we want to wish you all the very best for this year's edition of the New York Film Festival. I'm a big fan. Been following you guys for the last 7 years.
Thank you very much. This is our 17th year of the festival. I have been the festival director. I think it's 7 years, it may be 8. I'm losing track. But Arun Shivdasani started the festival 17 years ago. So it is the oldest Indian South Asian festival in all of North America.
Okay.
And it's also the largest. We have this year 35 feature films and documentaries and about 50 shorts, a total of 85 films. We have about 250 submissions. So it's a big task where I'm also a film journalist, so I travel around and I cover film festivals for work, but I also go scouting for Indian films at those festivals. And then you have to negotiate and bring them here, and then we try and bring, our budgets are very, very limited. We are a not-for-profit organization, and a lot of us, work on very small salaries or just for passion. But we try and bring as many filmmakers so that people get a chance to have a conversation with the filmmaker. See, the thing is that Indian films, Bollywood films get released in theaters. So
Right.
I love Shah Rukh Khan and Salman male films, etc. Those get released in theaters. I go see them myself. Also, everybody, audiences in North America can see those. But the films we are programming, most people will not get a chance to see them unless they are in a big city like LA had a small, they have a lovely Indian film festival, it's a small one. We do the largest Indian film festival in the Northeast, all over North America, but it's a rare opportunity for people to come and see these films. If they enjoy films, they are entertaining films, they are comedies, they are romantic films, there's some of the sad films. This year, as a coincidence, not that I was planning it like that, we ended up doing, we have at least about 8-10 films including short that deal with father-son themes.
Very nice.
Fathers and sons reconciling with each other. And I thought it was not something we planned, we just started looking at them and I'm like, this is an interesting theme that was just emerging like that.
Now my question to you, Azim, I've been following your festival for the past 7 years. In a very commercially driven environment, where people step out, just the way you said, of their homes, if a movie has an A-list director, A-list actor, or A-list performer, what are your biggest challenges in bringing people to East Village Cinema, where movies are very intelligent, very well written? I love your choice. So how do you cope up with that challenge?
Well, we market. I mean, we use resources like your channel and your website, etc. So to reach a larger audience. Because what we are trying to tell them is, if you like Indian films, take a chance with our films. And we are showing films from films Malayalam, Tamil, Gujarati, Marathi, Punjabi, of course Hindi. We have a Haryanvi Hindi film, English, Bengali. So we have been covering different facets of India. If you want a taste of other work that's being done in India, other than Shah Rukh Khan films, and these are not boring films. I mean, I cannot watch slow, boring films. These are very beautiful, moving stories. We have National Award winning film which just recently won award. The best film that won the film that won the best National Award called Kassab, is a Marathi film. We'd already programmed it. We're showing that. Ventilator, which is a Marathi film which Priyanka Chopra, by the way, has produced.
Sawan,
Sawan is a Punjabi film, Sawan, which she produced, and she also produced Ventilator.
With the mother. Right?
Yeah, both she's produced with the mother, but we are showing both the films. And Priyanka has decided to, she's been very active in Bollywood, and now she's doing television shows here in Hollywood films, but she decided to invest her money in young, new regional cinema talent. Yes. And we were lucky to get 2 of the films, but Priyanka's mother is going to be there for the
why isn't Priyanka going to be there?
Well, she might be there.
She might be there.
She might be there. Priyanka is in New York. It's just her timing is such because she's in the middle of shooting for Quantico. There's a strong possibility Priyanka will be there. We will let it out of the news. Her mother is definitely coming.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, coming back to the actor's perspective, as you rightly mentioned that you're a critique. If we talk about just a couple of movies, a movie that has taken a lot of my interest is Lipstick Under the Burqa, right? A movie which targets I could say women empowerment. It could talk about the handicaps that all women face in the South Asian community. Right. And not only in the South Asian community, but maybe very, very under-progressive environments across the world.
Right.
So how did you pick this movie? How did you find it?
I go to Goa every year in November.
So you saw
5 years. So there is the biggest Indian film festival, the Indian International Film Festival run by the Government of India. That's held in Goa. Simultaneously, the National Film Development Corporation, NFDC, which is also a government-run organization, runs this film bazaar for 4 days, where there's a lot of film marketing, producers, negotiations. There's a viewing room where only for festival programmers and distributors, journalists are not allowed to go. So I take my journalist hat off.
Yeah,
I saw Lipstick Under My Burqa in November of 2015. It was not 100% complete.
15?
Yeah.
Not 16?
No. So it was not 100% complete. So when I asked them in last year, can I show it? They were not ready to show it to festivals. They took it finally to the Tokyo Film Festival in October of 2016.
Right.
And then at the same time in Mumbai. Since then it's traveled to a few other festivals, and so we are bringing a brand new film. I absolutely love the film. It's
what's the USP?
Even though it deals with a very serious issue of 4 women in a small town Bhopal and their sexual desires and fantasies. It's a very funny film. It's very well acted. Ratna Shah Pathak is in it, who's the Sridhar Shah's wife. Well-known actress, well-known stage actress. Konkana Sen Sharma is in it, and 2 other actresses. And it's a big, large ensemble cast of many other actors. It's a rare film that looks at sexuality, sex, desires from a woman's point of view. And the Indian government censor board has banned it, calling it lady oriented. So unfortunately there is an appeal going on right now, but if the appeal doesn't pass through, people in India will not get to see it unless they download it illegally or something like that. We are proud to do the New York premiere of the film. And it's such a special film that we decided we'll make it the opening night film.
What's your individual perspective on the ban? Could it be the reason why it's targeting a religious community? It could be lipstick under a sari, lipstick under a choli, or lipstick under a woman. But them mentioning lipstick under a burqa could be one of the reasons that might have sparked a lot of. What do you think about that?
No, I mean, there are two characters in the film who are Muslim. All four characters are not Muslim. If I remember correctly, only two characters are Muslim.
Right.
There's a burqa story there also. But it is about the fact that, the censor board, they gave an explanation for why the film was being banned. Very poorly worded, badly written, grammatically wrong, spelling mistakes. They called it a lady-oriented film. So
why can't a lady-oriented be?
No, but that's the thing. I mean, you have films like Masti Zadeh and all of these other sort of
low life movies.
Low life movies will deal with the sex comedies, and they are allowed to exist also, which are always from male point of view. Here you have a film which is not a sex comedy, but it's a real film about women. And we keep saying there are not too many women-centric films, and the directors are men, writers are men. The fact that a woman has made it, and there are, the editor is a woman, the four leading women actresses, that suddenly made the censor board very nervous. They're very conservative. It's a very conservative board, and I find it like India has changed so much.
I mean, giving a movie or rated R is okay, but banning a movie, it's too harsh. If you would have been on the censor board, would you have banned this movie?
No, I would have given it a return certificate. It's not a children's thought. My cousins in India, they have a 16-year-old daughter who's very intelligent and smart, and they were saying, oh, can we show it to her? But the film is not being open. I said, I would rather you don't show it to a 16-year-old right now. She's still young.
She wouldn't want to see it.
Yeah, she's still formulating her ideas. In India, people have become so smart with the cable television, with the internet. They ban films, and then the films are available on Netflix, which people can legally watch.
Unbelievable.
So the censor board doesn't even understand. There are other ways people can watch them. You can't stop all Indians from not watching the film. Anyway, I'm more concerned about showing it in New York, and I'm happy we're showing it in New York.
So all the viewers here, we're watching a very great movie, a movie that talks about women empowerment, a movie that talks about a language of women who are suppressed and cannot express their feelings. You'll have a chance to watch this movie only as of now at the New York Indian Film Festival.
But I want to say one more thing also.
Sure.
While definitely deals with women and empowerment and women desire, it's a really fun film. It's very, very funny. It's a hilarious film at times. It's really, very, very funny.
It's got a comic sense to it.
Yeah, it has a tremendous comic sense. It's a very entertaining film, and that's what I'm shocked about. It's not like this boring art house kind of film that sometimes people say like, "Arey, come on, it's a boring film." It's a very entertaining film.
Yes. Oh, you are doing that? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think besides Lipstick Under a Burqa, is there any other movie which you're looking forward to and you're proud of when you're at the festival?
Well, I'm saying film called Death in a Cup, which
Ompuri Saab.
Right. It is a tribute to Ompuri.
Very nice.
We thought let's find one of his latest films, and it's Konkana Sen's.
I've seen that one story.
Yeah,
very nice.
Brilliant film. We're showing that. Mukti Bhavan is another Hindi film which we're showing, made by a 25-year-old filmmaker, which won the top award in Venice. One of the not the award, but one of the important awards in Venice. It's traveled around the world. Mukti Bhavan, Hotel Salvation. Many other films. I mean, we talk about there are two films they're showing made by Deepa Mehta and her brother Dilip Mehta
about Sunny Leone and
so Sunny Leone documentary called Mostly Sunny is so.
Is she coming?
No, she's not coming. There are issues going on. She has after she collaborated with making of the film, she has washed her hands off the film for some reason.
Is it the movie too realistic?
But she herself speaks in it very well. She talks about her life, she's very articulate, and it's not about pornography, it's about this woman who's, again, a women empowerment thing, this woman who's trying to change her life, and she decided to become a Bollywood actress. But very frankly, she talks about her parents, how her home work impacted her mother. Her brother talks very frankly about it. It's a fascinating film. If you really want to know it, you can watch Sunny Leone's item numbers all the time. She was in Race recently and many other films. But if you watch the journey of Sunny Leone, who is this woman? And apart from just her own films, it's fascinating.
Well, Azim, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure the audience here is very excited, and our conversation here is going to spark a lot of interest. Before I go, 30 seconds, what would you like to say?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity that people should come. I really would like them to come because they will never get this opportunity again. And I'm very proud of our selection this year. So please come to the New York Indian Film Festival.
Any 5 big names who are going to come? Rahul Bose.
Rahul Bose is coming. His new film called Purna is showing. Konkana Saint Sharma is coming. Adil Hussain is a terrific.
Yes.
He's coming.
Excellent.
Many other. Feroz Khan will be here. Vishal Bhardwaj may be here. We're showing Vishal Bhardwaj's son's short film. He's a 22-year-old. So Vishal Bhardwaj's wife is going to be here. Rekha and Vishal may also be here also.
All right, Azim, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
The very best.
Thank you.
Keep watching.
Thank you.